Welcome to Purpose NIL. I am your host and purpose coach, James M. Rink. If you're a CEO, business owner, or even self-employed, let's start with a simple truth. You are in a competition, whether you've named the competition or not. It's a competition for customers, for talent, for trust, for attention, and now, in the age of AI, competition for clarity. The leaders who will win the next decade won't be the ones chasing technology the fastest, they'll be the ones leading technology with purpose. That's today's thesis, intentionally living to give your purpose to others as a strategy. When you give your purpose to others and leverage it with AI, you amplify it. You gain real advantage of winning customers and talent. Here's the challenge. Recent executive surveys show CEOs feel underprepared when it comes to AI strategy. Not because they doubt AI, but because they don't know what to guide it towards or what it should ultimately serve. That's the gap. Most AI platforms are large language models. Language is what you feed them. Your purpose statement is language. AI is only as good as what you feed it. Most strategies aren't missing data, they're missing direction. At Purpose of You, everything is grounded in a simple formula. We use words of feelings plus action plus people to equal purpose. AI can take action. AI can analyze people as data, but AI does not have feelings. You do. That's your advantage. When you lead with feelings, how you want your customers to feel, how you want your employees to feel, you create real value. Feelings build trust. Feelings drive loyalty. Feelings drive decisions. Neuroscience confirms it. People decide emotionally first, then justify with logic. Every sale, every cultural shift, every brand interaction begins with emotion. So when you lead AI with intention and feeling, technology becomes an amplifier of your purpose, not a replacement for it. As artificial intelligence increases, emotional intelligence must increase to lead it. That's how leaders align people and performance. Later in the show, you'll see this strategy in action. University of Oklahoma football tight end John Locke shows how purpose fuels his influence and NIL. And OU women's basketball standout Zia Van demonstrates how living her purpose creates leadership and opportunities. Different arenas, same strategy. Purpose isn't a slogan, it's not a side hustle, it's how you win on purpose.
Give a little life update. Been a heck of a year. Turned 39, married the love of my life, and really found my vocational calling. You know, I did some work last year to figure out, all right, what's my purpose? So I had just called off an engagement, had just moved from Montana, walked away from a job that I really loved and was passionate about, just hit a rock bottom moment, like I'm starting all over again. I really want to lean in and figure out why I'm here. I need to figure out my purpose. So that's when I enrolled in the Purpose of You Masterclass.
Go to purposeofyou.com to learn more.
My purpose is to love and connect with people, inspiring them towards freedom and helping them create their dream life.
I didn't know where I was going. I would say I was without direction. You know, a lot of the pain for myself, it came from not being able to communicate or not even knowing what it was exactly that I wanted. I've learned to filter it through my purpose now that I've really specified that. But when I'm fully me, when I'm alive, when I'm gathering people, like what brings you to life? Fire it up. When we know our purpose and we're walking in that, there is just such a joy and life in that.
Knowing your purpose can transform your life.
Welcome back. The theme of this segment is intentional acts of purpose, choosing every day to give our purpose to others in our world. This is purpose training, and just like sports training, it takes focus, repetition, and intention. For college athletes, purpose training starts with defining who they are beyond the field or their game. Then using that purpose to build their NIL branding and align it with like-minded businesses and missions. When purpose is clear, opportunities follow. University of Oklahoma football tight end John Locke has defined his purpose as inspiring kids and families. He's turning that purpose into impact both on and off the field. So John, could you share with us a story at how you intentionally lived your purpose in this last week?
Absolutely. With the Crimson Combine giving us the opportunity to engage with fans for an hour once we were done practicing, I was able to live out the part of my purpose about inspiring children pretty much the entire hour. But there's one specific story where there was this little boy who was probably in second or third grade, had on an Oklahoma jersey, had on an Oklahoma hat with the SEC logo on it, had on Oklahoma shorts, and had this Oklahoma football and his little pen, and came up to me, and you could tell he was kind of scared to, ask for an autograph. And so his mom was behind him and asked him for an autograph. And so I got down on a knee and, asked him what his name was, and he told me it was Andy. And I was like, Andy, do you like playing football? And you could see that he was kind of shaking, and he was like, I've wanted to play here for as long as I can remember. And I was like, have you ever been here before? And he's like, no, it's my first time on the field. And his face just completely lit up. And man, I was just filled with so much joy whenever just interacting with him. And I just think of that story specifically because I remember exactly when I was Andy's age. And I remember, the feeling I got when I saw the Oklahoma Sooners come on TV. And, I was decked out in my OU stuff just like he was. And I think I actually had the same little jersey that he had on too. But it brought me a lot of joy knowing I was fulfilling my purpose by having just that, 2-minute conversation with Andy, and hopefully giving him some inspiration to, do what I did and go and put in the work and try and get to where I'm at now.
That is fantastic. What a big opportunity that you were able to live your purpose for a young man named Andy. And I will tell you, John, I saw you on a few occasions getting down on one knee, and I could see the connection that you were making in those moments. All right, do you have another one while we've got a little bit of time left?
This weekend, I was able to invest in my family, specifically my parents. Them being there in the stands for the first time and seeing me run out in uniform with a game day atmosphere, I mean, it hit deep. Because it's, like I said, it's been a really long time coming. It's been a lot of up and down journeys and lots of times where there was uncertainty, from times when I was a senior in high school and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to play college football. And this is something that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, and that they are too.
I want to make mention that your mother and your father, on episode 1 of Purpose NIL, you told us some really heartfelt stories at how both your mother and your father were your greater good influencers, giving you these core feelings as a young man and going through some uncertain times and in trying to create opportunities where there weren't many opportunities at hand. Did you have an opportunity to kind of express to your mom and your dad what you've learned about your appreciation for their sacrifice and for what they've done to make you the man you are today?
1,000%. Like I said, it really all just kind of came together whenever we got to spend time together in person after the combine. And, there were specific things brought up, like how, because I've just learned a lot about my purpose in this, but also learned just how much, they've done for me. And, we thought back to different times in our journey together about times that they took way bigger leaps of faith just so I could, have a better experience or a better chance at what I wanted to do. And, when I was in those moments, it felt like that it was me taking that like bigger than anybody else. But looking back and learning about this journey, it was like, wow, like they did far more than I ever realized. When you really think back on it as an older person and, learning about my purpose through this, it's just like, wow, like it is so inspirational about just who they are as people. And it was an emotional dinner when we just really sat and talked about all this. Yeah, I think the world of them. And this journey through this purpose has really brought to light just how incredible they are.
As we wrap this segment, a big thank you to John Locke for sharing his Purpose NIL journey and showing what it looks like to live with intention. You can see more of John's Purpose NIL story on my YouTube channel at James M. Rink. Be sure to also subscribe for future episodes. And if you're a business owner looking to create NIL opportunities with John, visit Open Doors to explore partnerships that align with your company's purpose and John's. And you can also make sure you follow John on all social media at John Locke OC. Coming up after the break, we sit down with the University of Oklahoma women's basketball player, Zaya Van.
What helped me tremendously was connecting with other people that were also going through the same thing that I was going through. So I knew I wasn't alone, and other people battled that. And so having that encouragement was so helpful. Understanding where all of it comes from, why the feelings, frustration, it was validated. And once I had that validation, I was able to move forward and know that, okay, so throughout all of this, I am called to inspire people to transform their relationships, help them feel worthy and valued.
To learn how discovering your purpose can transform your life, go to purposeofyou.com.
Knowing what my purpose is helps me take care of me, because I have to take care of me first. If you're not valuing yourself and you're not feeling worthy, it's something I lived and had to find out, right? What that purpose was. My bucket was completely empty, and I'm trying to pour into other people, and I had nothing. So in order to take care of me is reminding myself of what I am called to do. I'm seeing those things now. Before, I didn't see where my impact was at all. I am Cheryl Fox, and my purpose is to inspire others to transform their relationships, helping them feel worthy and valued.
Go to purposeofyou.com and take the free transformational assessment.
Welcome back to Purpose NIL. If you're searching to discover your purpose and to begin living it in a new way, one that builds your life and aligns with your work, there's a simple place to start. Ask for Purpose of You at your work. We partner with organizations as purpose coaches, empowering team members to build a clear personal purpose strategy that aligns directly with their work and the work that they do every day. When purpose and work come together, engagement increases, culture strengthens, and sales increase. Learn more at purposeofyou.com. Now, let's turn to Zaya Van, Oklahoma women's basketball guard, as she intentionally takes her purpose to her team, her classes, as well as her family, and shows how living her purpose shapes every aspect of her life. Remind the audience what your purpose statement is in its current draft.
My purpose is to stay committed in order to bring peace and happiness to other athletes. I love to play and inspire other women. Overcoming my challenges has strengthened me in ways I would have never thought. I have so much gratitude because I'm able to influence seniors, individuals with special needs, and minorities. And being able to achieve my goals makes me very happy and grateful.
Zaya is working through the Purpose of You Masterclass. This is step number 5, which is intentional acts of purpose, where Zaya is going to intentionally write things to do for the week ahead to be able to take her purpose in new, bigger ways to athletics, to her academics, within herself, and to her friends and others, as well as NIL opportunities. Zaya, do you like to play either golf, tennis, or baseball?
I wouldn't say love, but I do enjoy Top Golf. That's the only golfing I'm good at. And tennis is fun too.
In golf, a typical golfer can swing a golf club 90 miles an hour. The sweet spot on a golf ball is the sharp end of a pin. And a golf club, though it might be the size of my fist, its sweet spot is the sharp end of a pin. Trying to get 2 sharp ends of a pin at 90 miles an hour takes practice. That's why we have driving ranges where you can just practice your swing, your stroke. But when you do, you learn more about yourself and how it's making contact. So This is how we're going to engineer understanding your sweet spot. It's basically living your purpose intentionally and understanding, oh, this is how this makes me feel. And I can see the effects that it's doing towards the people that I want to influence. All right. So Zaya, let's make a little idea list, things that you can do where you've got ideas on how you can live your purpose in new ways within yourself. This is your self-care. How can you be living your purpose more intentionally within yourself as self-care in the week ahead coming up?
I said writing. I can start writing 3 things I'm grateful for every morning and night. That's my way of showing like gratitude.
My grandmother always said, be thankful of everything you have. So I do the same thing. Every morning I make a list of my top 10 things that I'm thankful and grateful for. It's a healthy way of living. It's really inspiring.
I said 3 in the morning and then 3 at night.
3 in the morning, 3 at night. That's good. Yeah. I love that. That's great. That's great. And that is living your purpose within yourself, because you have grateful and gratitude as one of the key feelings that you want to feel as you give to others and to yourself. That's beautiful. All right, Zai, what is one of the intentional acts of purpose that you can do as a basketball player at the University of Oklahoma?
I feel like I can be a leader just by I feel like leaders are selfless and they put other people's needs before their own. So just like, how can I help my teammates, just like if they're struggling or something, how can I kind of like make their lives easier? And what can I do to just try and be there for my team? It's like you have to put your team before yourself. So it's like that could motivate me to stay committed because I want my team to succeed. And so that keeps me from being selfish.
That's great. And when you're a selfless leader that wants to stay committed, that takes intention. That takes dedication. That takes making a decision on a Sunday that it's going to affect Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I admire you for being that kind of leader. When you said, I want to care and be selfless to my teammates and to others, that's empathy. You're trying to empathize for those individuals. That's one of the things that makes purpose people effective is they have a lot of empathy. And it sounds like that's the kind of selfless leader you are, and you want to be even more so with intention.
Yes.
Great. How can you be more intentional with your acts of purpose in academics in the week ahead?
Well, I'm in a public speaking class, and like I've always had like a really like bad problem with like public speaking. Like I get like all like nervous and like anxiety and stuff like to the max. And so I feel like if we do that again this week or something, like just going up and just like talking about something is something I can do. So, I feel like that's me overcoming my challenges and like my fears in a way. Is just like speaking, like just talking.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's always good to think about the audience and think first and foremost, how do you want the audience to feel? Because then strategically, if you look at your purpose and whether it's inspire, you want them to feel grateful or whatever those core feelings are, let that drive your story, your message, whatever you talk about, because then you're taking your purpose to an audience to give them feelings. How do you want the audience to feel at the end of your talk? Okay, Azai, how can you take your purpose intentionally to your friends or family this week?
I'm just like asking, because my mom has been like very busy lately. So just like asking her, like, how can I help make her life like easier? What can I like take off her plate? And then just like for my friends too, honestly. And then just like trying to be there for them because you never really know what anybody's going through. So kind of just be like that positive light in their lives, or just like, just make them laugh and stuff.
So I've got one assignment, an intentional thing for you to do this week ahead. As you think about your purpose, be mindful of businesses, organizations, or nonprofits that you feel connected to and begin to look at their mission statements and be able to say, here's how I can take my purpose to help build the mission of this company or this organization. It's how we monetize purpose. It's how you monetize Purpose NIL. And that's where it's engaging, and that's where it's engaging and fun to work.
Yeah.
And if we can build NIL opportunities for you where you're taking your purpose to help build a like-minded shared mission or purpose of a business, that's just fun work.
Yeah, I agree.
As we wrap up, a big thank you to Zaya Van for sharing how she's intentionally living her purpose on the court and in the classroom and with her family and friends. For more Purpose NIL episodes with Zaya Van, go to my YouTube channel at James M. Rink. And if you're a business owner looking to connect your brand with purpose and explore NIL opportunities with Zaya, go to Open Doors and look at her profile. Be sure to follow her on all social media at Zaya Van. Coming up next, I'll give a closing story to inspire you to live your purpose in a bigger way.
I'm just so super thankful that I took the time to go through this masterclass and invest in myself to really discover my life's purpose, because when we know our purpose and we're walking in that and we're helping them to feel a certain way, there is just such a joy and life in that. Take the time, go through the course, figure out your whys, figure out how you want to feel, figure out your actions. It's absolutely worth it.
Discovering your purpose can transform your life. Go to purposeofyou.com to learn more.
Welcome back. This is a direct message to CEOs, founders, and business owners leading in the age of AI. We are living in a moment of rapid acceleration. Artificial intelligence is reshaping industry, roles, and expectations faster than ever before. And yet, here's the truth many leaders are discovering in real time. AI does not replace human intelligence. It amplifies it. The leaders who will thrive in this era won't be the ones with the most tools. They'll be the ones with the clearest purpose. Leaders who know who they are, why they exist, and how they want the people to feel when they engage with their businesses. Neuroscience teaches us something critical. People make decisions emotionally first, then justify them with logic. AI can analyze data, optimize systems, and automate tasks, but it does not feel. Your employees do. Your customers do. And that's why human intelligence matters more now than ever. When personal purpose aligns with company mission, something powerful happens. Using proven behavioral science like applied behavioral analysis, purpose becomes a reinforcer. It drives ownership, accountability, care for customers, resilience, and the belief in the mission. Purpose strategy is bigger than the products you sell or the services you offer. People don't buy products. They buy solutions to pain points. They buy with confidence, trust, hope, belonging. When your team understands who they are serving and why it matters, value creation multiplies. If you're a CEO or business owner navigating disengagement, misalignment, or constant change, I invite you to schedule a free purpose strategy call with me. This is not a sales pitch. It's an honest conversation about aligning human purpose with business mission to create engagement, growth, and measurable ROI. You can schedule a free call today at purposeofyou.com. As we close, I want to share something I recently learned about myself and purpose. I was coaching a female sales executive whose company had recently been sold. Over time, her values and the organization's values no longer aligned with the new ownership. Through purpose coaching, she clarified what mattered the most to her, and she was able to align her purpose with a new company's mission. The result? A new job offer, greater sales opportunities, renewed confidence, and real joy. Watching her thrive reminded me of the power of purpose when we align it with our work. Here's the takeaway. Today, be intentional. Choose one feeling that you love to feel, whether it's hope, confidence, joy, belonging, love, and deliberately give that feeling to someone in your world today and recognize how that makes you feel as well as the recipient. This could be at work, at home, or in your community. Small actions create transformational impact. To go deeper, visit purposeofyou.com for one-on-one coaching and masterclasses. And follow me on all social media at James M. Rink. Live your purpose, empower people, and I'll see you on the next Purpose NIL. Thanks for watching.